Okay, test 1K, exercise 3, conditionals and unreal tenses. Exercise 1. He did not buy the ticket and that's why he got fined. Okay, so this one refers to the past. And we know that when we are referring to the past, we need to consider our wonderful table. So let's have a look. He didn't buy the ticket and that's why he got fined. So this is past, so it's this column, and we are now considering an alternative situation. So what would have happened if he had bought the ticket, right? So this is this row, this column, and this is this. We're talking now about this particular bracket here. So about this particular box here. So we are talking about third conditional. So he did not buy the ticket, that's why he got fined. If he had bought the ticket, he wouldn't have got fined. Third conditional alternative situation in both parts of the sentence. Exercise number 2. It's a pity we don't have anybody to help us solve the problem. Okay. This is referring to the present situation. And again, we can actually open the we can do it on this table, but we can actually open the table that's referring to wish, and we can go back and open the wish table. Where is the wish table? The wish. There you go. Wish. So we are talking about the present, and when we are talking about the present and an alternative version of the present, we are using past simple, just as if we were using second conditional. So if only we had somebody to help us solve the problem. Okay? If only we had somebody to help us solve the problem, it's referring to the present, and we are talking about an alternative version of a present situation. So past simple, if only we had, past simple. Point 3. Jack works too much, that's why he is always tired. Okay, so here we're talking about, again, present or future. We have the well, we can use this table, or we can go to our favorite table. And right now we're talking about present and future. That's why we're talking about this column. And we're talking about a alternative version of that situation. So we're talking what would be different, right? So we're talking about this particular box here, second conditional. So what I mean, if Jack didn't work so much, he would not be so tired. Second conditional. If Jack didn't work so much, he would not be so tired. Past simple and would. We're talking about this situation here. Okay, now let's talk about point 4. It's a pity we didn't inform them about the upcoming storm. Okay, so this is referring to the past because we didn't inform them. So it's a pity, I wish. So let's open our wish table and analyze it. Okay, wish, referring to the past. That means we need to use past perfect, just like in the case of third conditional. I wish we had informed them about the upcoming storm. I wish we had informed them about the upcoming storm, okay? Mike prefers me not to visit my uncle anymore. Mike would rather... Okay, so let's open our would rather table. We are talking about future situation, and we are talking about two people, right? Because we have Mike would rather I didn't, and we are talking about the future situation. So what's gonna happen? Future situation or present situation, that's here, and now we're talking about Mike, which means two people, I and Mike. So that's here. We're at this particular point. So past simple. Mike would rather I didn't visit my uncle anymore. That's two people in the table, Mike and I, and we're talking about a past simple. If you don't understand would rather, there's a special lesson. Go to the bonus lesson section of my YouTube channel, and you're gonna find a would rather lesson there, and I explained this table. Everything is explained in there. So go to the would rather movie in the bonus lessons section and watch that movie. I explain everything in there. Okay. Point number 6. It's time for you to go home. It's time. It's high time. Always with past simple. So it's high time. You went home. Simple as that. We just need to know the structure. And you know that with high time or it's time, we want to use past simple. Alice did not want to work hard. That's why she didn't pass the exam. So we are talking about didn't want to work hard. That's what she did. So we are talking about past situation in both parts of the sentence. So we're talking about a past situation, and now we're considering an alternative version of that situation. So what would happen if she actually worked hard, right? And what would have happened differently? So we're at this point. We're using this row of the table, and this row and this column. So it's third conditional. So had Alice wanted to work hard, she would have passed the exam. Had Alice worked hard, she would have passed the exam. Yeah, that's easier. Had Alice worked hard, she would have passed the exam. Past perfect and would have plus third form. Point number 8. What would you do if you won $1 million? Okay, where and now, I hope you remember when we discussed this structure in our class, we can use the second conditional because this is a second conditional. It's a very unlikely situation referring to the future. So it's unlikely referring to the future, second conditional, speculation, and we're starting the sentence with where. Were you to win $1 million, what would you do with it? Were you to win, right? Were you to win? Exercise number 9. If they hadn't helped us last May, we wouldn't have to do a lot more now. If they hadn't helped us last May, we would have to do a lot more now. Okay, so this is now. That means it's going to be second conditional, and this is last May, which means this is going to be third conditional. So it's a mix of third and second conditional. And with starting with but, and but also includes negation, if you remember. But includes negation. So, but for their help last May, we would have to do a lot more now. Okay, but for their help last May, we would have to do a lot more now. And exercise number 10. I didn't listen during the lecture, which I regret. So I'd sooner. We have one person, and we are using past. Would sooner and would rather is the same structure. Would sooner and would rather is the same structure. Here we're talking about the past, and we're talking about one person. One person, this is this row, and past, this is this column. So we are here in this box, which means we need to use present perfect. I would sooner have listened during the lecture. I would sooner have listened during the lecture. This row, this column, we're here. Okay, perfect. That means we finished exercise 3, and in a second we're going to do exercise 4. Fantastic. Okay.